I'm Eileen Mayhew. I'm a founding member of IMAGO Foundation for the Arts. I'm also an artist member for IMAGO Foundation at IMAGO Gallery. Here in my studio today, I'll be talking about my work and the upcoming exhibit that we're having at IMAGO Gallery called Warren, A Point of View. I decided to do a whole series about Warren based on my experiences there. This is one of the first paintings of the Warren waterfront that I did. It led me into the series that's on exhibit at the gallery in the upcoming exhibit. And I was really fascinated by all the motifs along the shoreline. This one in particular is of the Warren Town Wharf, and I was fascinated also and excited by the skyline of Warren because it includes all these steeples. In this one I included the Methodist Church steeple and the Baptist Church steeple. Okay, this is, like I said, one of the first ones I worked on. It's been sitting for a while, so I thought that I could go back into it. It was time to go back into it and work with thicker paint in the sky and give it a little bit more atmosphere. So I applied several different tones of what I thought was sky color with my palette knife. And you can see that it's getting kind of thick in here, which is good. The texture, I mean, is good, but a little too much for sky. I want to keep the texture for atmosphere, but I want to just smooth out some of these strokes without losing the color. So I'm not going to do any blending. I'm just going to go in there and smooth some of these strokes out. I was self-taught for many years, and I learned a lot from sketching portraits at art fairs and whatnot. Gave me a lot of training in the drawing ability, which you really have to do in portraits. So when I was about, I don't really want to say how old I was, but a little bit older, I went to the Lime Academy College of Fine Arts, and I fulfilled my dream of going to art school. And I chose that school because it concentrated on the figure, on the academic part of painting, learning about technique, materials, drawing and painting from the figure constantly, and practicing the portrait, as well as other things too. We got to do a lot of plein air painting, which I've also done for many years, with groups and on my own. So now I'm applying a thin layer of transparent paint on top of a dry painting, and I'm trying to add a little bit more depth and dimension to some of these colors in shadow. So I'm using blue in order to do that.
I've always been attracted to figurative work, which can mean working with people, doing the figure and the face, or it could also mean doing landscapes, still lifes, and whatnot. It's more representational than abstract. I've dabbled in abstract, but I'm always drawn to the figurative work.
I'm here at IMAGO Gallery. The Warren Point of View exhibit is going up, and these are three of the paintings that I submitted for the exhibit. I call this my waterfront series, which I plan to continue beyond the Warren River into Tawisset and the Kickamuit River as well. Now this is the American Tourister building, which you can see from the water is just absolutely gorgeous. These reds just attracted me to it. Plus this panoramic stretch of the buildings and the height of the buildings lends itself to be able to see the water and the sky. And putting in fishermen as well gives it such a peaceful atmosphere. I just love this view, and it also includes another steeple.
This is a commission by Carl and Sally Nelson of Warren that I did several years ago, and I call it a memory painting because it encompasses images from the past as well as the present. We started out by going out in a skiff out on the Warren River and taking pictures so that I could have an all-encompassing look of the place. Then he provided me pictures of his boat. That's from the past. The children, I had lived in this area right here while the children were small. They're now grown. And so I had pictures of them, so I was able to go to them and use them for reference. So I was able to include his children in the painting. This series, the waterfront series that I did for the Warren Point of View, has inspired me to continue. There are hundreds of motifs along the shoreline that I want to capture. I've just been looking at sailing out, doing boating and everything, noticing these things for years. I've always wanted to do it, and it's really inspired me to get going on it.